If someone proves themselves to be crazy, society generally locks them up or gives them millions of dollars to sing country music. But then there are guys who jump out of perfectly good airplanes and dive into tanks full of sharks, and we still let them vote. And I'm not saying that like everybody who jumps out of planes is crazy. Like there are perfectly good and very honorable men who jump out of planes because the army told them to, or because their girlfriend started talking about commitment. But these other people say that they do it because of adrenaline. Like, what kind of role model are you setting for your children? Like, your wife is gonna ask them one day why they ran that red light. Because of adrenaline, mommy. Oh, come on, it works when dad does it. But really, a lot of these guys don't have kids because they're just high school graduates who think that no one needs college. Well, yeah, I guess you don't, unless you plan to live past 30. And then they have the nerve to try to convert you. They tell you all about how cliff jumping is safer than driving because way less people die cliff jumping than they do driving. That's just because most people are smart enough to know not to jump off cliffs. And what are those people doing motorsports supposed to say? Well, you know that eating donuts is just as dangerous. Actually, I would believe that, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna give it up. So I guess you can say that I'm living on the edge of obesity. I mean, at some point you have to start thinking about what people are gonna say at your funeral. I mean, do you really want everybody in the room to know that you forgot to pull the parachute because you were trying to take a mid-air selfie? The only one crying at that funeral is the insurance company because your parents are no longer paying them to cover all of your injuries. I mean, you hear all these stories about people who hurt themselves doing these activities and then getting better and doing the exact thing that hurt them in the first place. I mean, we shouldn't be encouraging this behavior by going to see their movie. I want to hear the stories about the smart guy who quit and just took up badminton instead, but those guys rarely ever get the book deals. I mean, these sports are more expensive and more dangerous. I mean, why don't we still play checkers? I've never had to sign a waiver to play checkers before. Share the video. Is that funny? I thought it might be, but you know, I wasn't sure.